Hello and welcome to Outside the Box Score. I am here with the ever incredible Everest Leach. He joins me this week. It's just going to be the two of us here for this second edition of the Outside the Box Score podcast. I'm excited. You excited now that it's going to be your first appearance on the pod?
Oh, I'm so pumped. I was a little bummed I couldn't be on the inaugural episode. But glad to get in here. First, I gotta make this clear for the listeners though. The outside the box score name, kind of my doing. That was my
It is.
suggestion.
It
I
is.
just gotta
It
put it
is.
out there.
It is. It's I we had a couple names that we were floating.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
It was outside the box score. There was another one that was really good. I can't remember.
I don't remember it either. It was
It
good,
was
but I was like outside the box because it's the podcast of the
right.
studio show. Like it works. All right.
It is. It's
Yeah,
it
what's up, man?
not much. I mean, I'm working.
Yeah.
I talked about this on the last pod. Like I'm working. I've been doing I've been doing my thing. I've been planning for
Mm-hmm.
this upcoming season, but school year is fast approaching. We are
Yeah.
only about 3 weeks out, and that's when.
I'm going back sooner because I'm gonna do move-in assistant this
Oh, you'll
year.
see
So
me
I'm
early then. You'll see
Oh
me.
really?
I'm
Sweet.
I'm OLing again
Okay,
for
fire.
those of you who don't know, that's orientation leader.
Emerson loves an abbreviation.
Emerson
Emerson
loves an
loves a little abbreviation.
and you know what? I'm here for it.
Yeah, me too. But
I'm
no, I'm moving in on the 20th, so I'll
Okay,
be there
nice. So we will
not too
see
long.
each other.
Yeah.
The start of in-person box score is fast approaching. Um,
So hyped.
tell everyone what you've been up to.
I actually just ended working for the summer, like on Friday. It was a little bit of a hectic summer for me. I started out working at a summer camp
Hmm.
and then left like after a couple weeks because I realized that it was just not it for me. Um, and so
Oh
worked out an
no.
amicable split there.
Was it
Messed
amicable?
around. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I promise it was. It was.
Okay, you were like you walked in, you were like, I quit, and you like slam.
That's exactly what I did. No, it was an amicable split, and then kind of looked for other stuff to do for a while, and then got a job for a little bit as a production assistant at one of the like TV news stations. Um, and it's actually like 2 hours away from where I live, but my grandparents live right where it was, so I stayed with them during the weeks and did that. So I got to do all the like put graphics in and like expression and stuff, and then
Nice.
uh
So
be
you're saying
behind the
you're gonna be
camera a little
our
bit.
expression op next season?
Yes, sir, dude. I'm dual rolling.
Dual
This actually
rolling. You're
triple
gonna
rolling. I'll
run
be
back and
EP. I'll be EP talent and expression.
For again, an explainer for those who don't know, Expression is the software we use to load the graphics in that you will see during our shows.
Yeah.
So very funny if it, it would be a very funny episode to see Evers running back and forth between Expression.
I get back to the desk and I'm out of breath.
You're sweating.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Everyone's like, "What?"
Um, what?
Everyone's like, "What happened?"
Oh yeah. Uh, hey, gotta do what you gotta do, man. We gotta fill in where we can. But yeah, that job was great. The hours were kind of messed up because it's news and you have to do news shows when nobody else is working so that they can watch them. So the shifts are not the best, but it was really good experience. I'm glad I could make it work. And now I'm just chilling and getting ready to go back out. Yeah.
Nice. Well, that's lovely. I'm glad that your summer has been treating you well. It's been fruitful.
It
Um,
was fruitful. Absolutely.
I I'm excited to dive into this with you though because I think we're gonna have a fun conversation. I want to go right straight into it. Start of the NFL season is here.
Yes.
Football is back, although preseason, but football is back. Um, I mean, I think it's like a national holiday to be completely honest. The fact that
When
professional
football's back.
football has returned.
Yeah.
And there's fireworks already, which I think is fun. I want to lead off specifically with talking about Shedeur Sanders. Um,
Mhm.
because I think over over the summer that has been like the lingering story. What will happen to Shedeur? Where is he going to be on the depth chart? How well is he going to play? Why did he fall to the fifth round? Blah 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 blah.
Mhm.
And he played his first preseason game. He played pretty well
Yeah.
um, with the first unit. Um, two touchdowns, 13 of 24 passing. He made a couple of mistakes, but it's a rookie's first preseason game in
Yeah, right.
NFL. I mean, it's expected. And he only had one day of practice with the
The starters with the first team.
starters. So they kind of
Yeah.
threw him to the wolves, almost expecting him to flounder, and he exceeded expectations. I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, me too. I remembered I have a group chat like that we do fantasy football together, and it's like a bunch of the guys, and it started blowing up, and they were like, "Shador kind of balling, like what's going on here?" And I was like, yeah, he is. Yeah, he was a crazy draft story.
Ridiculous draft story.
Yeah, it was insane. Because I remember we did your mock draft on the box score, and you had him there in the first round, going
I
to
had him
like the Steelers, I
going
think.
to the Steelers.
Yeah, and that was like not a crazy take. Like that's not a take that at the
No,
time was
that
like, what
at
are
the
you doing?
time, a that was like a conservative uh take. Most people had him going top 10 or at least top 15.
Yeah, and I think it was a perfect storm of like, I actually do think he's not a first round talent, but he is probably like a second round talent, maybe early third, just based on talent and what we saw in college. But then obviously like the interviews must have been horrible. Like that's kind of what we
I
heard is
mean,
like,
I think the interviews, I mean, yes, the interviews were probably not as I get texts.
yeah,
The interviews were probably not great, but I also think that I also think that there was this agreement among NFL owners and NFL teams to make an example of Shedeur Sanders. He's his dad is always like in the public spotlight. He's
hmm
a Hall of Famer. I mean, he's prime time. Um,
hmm
Shedeur does not shy away from the limelight either.
no,
The watch, the celebrity status, the Nike sponsorship. He's a big ticket. He's a hot ticket. You had big names going to Colorado games. And I think there was probably a level of let's make a mockery of this kid that was happening because I think it was no secret to anyone heading into the draft that Shador probably was the most accurate prospect. You can say
yeah.
maybe he's not the most mobile, maybe he's not the best
Although
speaker.
yeah, the one thing I'll say on the accuracy is I do think a lot of that, like the big base stat we look at for that is completion percentage,
I
which was
mean,
great throughout his college career. It helps when you can chuck the ball anywhere within 10 yards of Travis Hunter and he's
I
going to
I
make a play
completely
on
agree.
it and catch it.
I agree, but in the same vein, the kryptonite for Shedeur Sanders his entire collegiate career was his offensive line,
Yeah.
um, and obviously a bad O line does not equal a good completion percentage either. I the long story short version of this, the TLDR, is that I agree with you that like Shedeur Sanders did not he was better than a fifth round draft pick. And on
Yeah,
top of that,
absolutely.
the thing you have to factor into it more than anything is who went ahead of him. And
Hmm.
even to the same team, Dylan Gabriel, first of all, Dylan Gabriel being
He's a
what,
bum.
a third round pick.
Yeah.
Third round. Dylan Gabriel in no world is a third round pick.
Yeah.
Let alone a third round pick over Shedeur Sanders to the same team. Um,
Yeah, that's
Tyler
insane.
Shuck, same thing. Jackson Dart, who is a first rounder.
I get Jackson Dart ahead of Shedeur Sanders. I don't think it's a 4 round gap, but I 100% get the Dart thing. I think the thing is, and it's kind of similar to what you were talking about. Once he fell out of that first round or top of the second round, which could be explained just by his tape or whatever certain organizations were thinking, then it becomes like teams don't want to have a backup quarterback who is the star of the media and getting all of the
Right.
attention and stirring this up. So it just becomes like, man, we don't know if he's a starter, like an elite starter. We're not going to take him at the level we should just because he's going to create so much chaos in terms
Well,
of,
and I get that. I
yeah,
remember early fifth, late fourth, when I was watching, and Jets come up on the draft on the clock, and I'm thinking, I mean, obviously the talent. I mean, it's a good pick because you're getting a level of talent that you would not be getting normally this late
yeah.
in the draft. But like the more when you piece it together, it's like New York media and like you were saying, like a backup should not be getting. I mean, and there's already so much happening in that QB room with the storyline of Justin Fields. I don't even want to know, like
Yeah.
doubling Shedeur Sanders into that. But it is this conflicting argument of, is it worth it to spend the draft capital on a guy who absolutely is worth a pick at that point. And then he ends up falling to the Browns. Browns throw him out there. He was last on the depth chart, um,
Yeah.
which I think is funny given what Browns beat reporters and fans have been seeing it.
He's got to be above Dylan Gabriel, man. What are we
I
doing?
think I don't like using this term, but I think they're sandbagging him,
Mm.
to be completely honest with you, because I refuse to believe he's not at least the second quarterback in that QB room. I mean, put Joe Flacco out there, fine. Joe Flacco is always going to be a serviceable backup. He will always
Yep.
he will always play like fine.
Hmm.
Um, and he knows the system. He's been there before. But I just refuse to believe that Shedeur Sanders is not the second QB behind him at this point.
Yeah, and I think specifically like going into this season, like he's got to start at some point unless Joe Flacco is somehow balling like he did when he brought him to the playoffs a couple of years ago. Like
Right, like
if
this is
you're
this is
if you're
fully
sputtering at all, nobody else in that quarterback room has even a chance of being a franchise guy. Like
right.
they just don't. And I'm not saying Shador will be a franchise guy. I don't know yet, but he's the only one of them who has a shot. So like you've
Right,
got to
like
put him in there.
Dylan Gabriel is what people said Lamar Jackson was when he got drafted, when they were like, he's a running back. He's a running back. Like Dylan Gabriel's like not even a running back. Like Dylan Gabriel is like fast Tim Boyle.
That's crazy.
Tim Boyle, by
It's
the
not
way,
that crazy though.
Tim Boyle, by the way, who is now, I believe, the backup quarterback for the Tennessee Titans. Um,
Probably.
I have to look that up on the depth chart, but I believe now that he is the second QB on the Titans,
That's crazy.
which is hilarious because for any team who has had the misfortune of watching Tim Boyle play for them, they know that he is horrible, and I don't understand how he keeps getting jobs. Like he's got blackmail against all 32 owners.
Right? He's just got loads of computer
Because,
files
dude,
stacked up ready to go.
it's so funny. You look at his college stats, and he was horrible.
Yeah, he was so bad in college.
Right, like he was never good. Played for the Jets
Like
for
at least Dylan Gabriel, it's like he played pretty well for Oregon.
right. Like
Like,
he was a Heisman candidate. Like
yeah.
yeah, Tim Boyle is funny. But that's what I'm saying. Like you had Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders in the same conversations. Like these guys,
For a while, yeah.
right?
I
Like
think
these
it
were the guys
shifted
who were like these are
away,
the
but
first two picks,
yeah.
and then it evidently wasn't. But I think it was very liberating for Shedeur, at least, to have a good first preseason match.
Oh yeah.
Like it was because if he capitulated and he just self-destructed, it would have been over. There would have
Hmm.
there would be no more shots
Yeah.
because they just the media and the Browns media narrative against him would have been.
It would steamroll so fast.
Yeah,
Like
and the
it would
snowball
just
effect
go
would have been
downhill
ridiculous.
so
Like there,
quick. Yeah.
see, he can't perform in preseason. This is why he's a fifth round draft pick. This is why he's QB4. But he played well. He exceeded expectations, and I keep seeing a bunch of TikTok edits, which means he's doing.
That's the true sign right there. If you're seeing TikTok edits, yeah, I thought the one throw he had, the touchdown in the corner of the end zone, where he
Yes.
kind of rolled out and fit it just over the first defender and just past it, that was a great throw. That's an NFL level throw.
Yeah, I think he had a couple NFL level throws in that game. I mean, he was playing NFL players.
Yeah.
I think the real story of this, though, unfortunately, is the fact that like all the Shador haters, like, and listen, I'm not saying you have to like him, it's not like a mandate, but you can't
Hmm.
move the goalposts because
Right.
before preseason week one, it was he's QB4, he's gonna stink. Watch, he's not gonna play well. Um, and he like you'll see who the real Shador is. He balls out, and now they're saying it was just preseason. It's just preseason.
Right.
Like he actually played okay. Like it was he didn't play good, and it's like you can't move the goalposts. Like I'm not saying preseason week one is the Super Bowl, but give
Yeah.
him credit where credit is due.
Right. I agree. I think preseason's so interesting because you have like it feels like it's so hard for people to be normal about it. Like they're on total polar opposite sides of the
Yeah, there
spectrum.
is
Like
no normal opinions that take place during preseason.
like I have a friend who, and I'm sure we all have friends like this. He literally will not give anything that happens in preseason any validation whatsoever, unless it's his own team. Everything that happens with the Patriots in preseason, totally legit, indicative of
Right.
great success they're gonna have this year. Any other team, it doesn't matter at all. It's cap, show it in the real game. So I
Right.
think that's a little bit annoying. But then you also have the people who are like everything that happened in preseason is going to happen exactly as it did. Like we're going to be this good against starters throughout a 17 game regular season, and it's just like that's not true either. You gotta the quote I like that some people do bring up with preseason is everything's something, nothing is everything,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I think that's perfect for preseason.
It is. I think preseason is bigger for determining like who's gonna round out the final 53-man roster,
Yeah.
like who's gonna be your gunners on special teams, like if you have a QB battle, I guess, like who's
Hmm.
gonna be your starting quarterback. But I don't think it's relatively deterministic of whether you're gonna be a blah 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 win team or you're gonna be a playoff team. I mean,
Right.
there's different things happening in preseason like that are aimed like training camp almost like all right on this drive we're gonna try and we're gonna go run heavy on this drive and we're gonna bring in this o lineman to see how he does and blah 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 but I think reading into preseason too much in terms of overall team success is not worth it, but I think it's fun. Like I shout out to the Jet Press who they do great great work for the Jets in terms of beat reporting and then news aggregation
Hmm.
Twitter and opinions. They focus really heavily on preseason in terms of like those guys that are like fighting for roster spots.
Yeah.
Um, and it's nice because you get to like humanize those guys so much more because you're never thinking like, oh, is Justin Fields gonna make the roster? Like, and you know who Justin Fields is. But it's fun when
Right.
you get to meet a guy like Tack McKinley or Leonard Taylor the third, guys who like you might not have known before. Who, I mean, I did, but that's because I'm crazy. But a lot of the guys, like my dad was texting me about Adrian Martinez last night. And
Yeah.
he was like, Adrian Martinez looks good. I was like, how do you know who Adrian Martinez is? But it was fun because it's like it's nice to see these guys get the spotlight that they deserve. These are NFL players.
hmm
Which I think points back to Shedeur Sanders, where it's like, listen, again, you don't have to like him, but the disrespect is palpable. There's no
Yeah.
need to, and especially like this kid's already down. Like, imagine how he felt. You get drafted by historically the worst franchise in
hmm
NFL in all of the National Football League, all of professional football. The Browns are everyone's like they are the laughing stock of the NFL.
Yeah.
Which is funny coming from me. Um,
Hey, speaking of the Jets though, if that Justin Fields thing doesn't work out, you see the Eagles backup quarterback balling the other day, Tanner McKee.
yeah, I'm okay.
No, dude, he's nasty. I'm so serious. Give us a first round pick for him. You need him so bad.
First round pick for Tanner McKee is like
He
dirt.
went, dude, he went 20 of 25 for like 250
Dude,
yards and three total
I
touchdowns in the
saw.
preseason.
But like, do you know how crazy that statement is? Give up a first round pick for Tanner McKee.
Hey, that's what it's gonna cost, man.
Dude, they gave up like a fifth for Joe Milton. The was it
Yeah,
the
Tanner
Cowboys?
McKee's way better than Joe Milton.
Dude, don't talk down on Joe Milton.
I'm not talking down on Joe Milton,
I'm a
but
Joe
Tanner
Milton
McKee is way
truther.
better. I
I
like him too. He
I
was
think
he
Joe
was
Milton is
sick.
great.
He was sick at Tennessee. He's probably I hope he gets a chance to get some action, some burn somewhere.
The problem is like I almost don't hope he does because that would be like wishing an injury or something on Dak. Uh,
Nah, yeah. Dak doesn't need any more of those.
dude, Dak, this is a make or break year for the Cowboys for
Oh
Dak.
yeah, I don't think they're gonna be good.
I don't think they're gonna be
I
good either, especially now with everything that's happening. That's a great
yeah.
transition actually. Going in to talk about Micah Parsons.
hmm
That's that's its own animal. That the Micah Parsons situation is so ugly. Whether no matter how anybody tries to paint it, it is an ugly situation
Yeah.
because Jerry Jones publicly is like, we're not paying him.
hmm
And Micah Parsons publicly is like, okay, then trade me. Uh,
he literally said like thank you Dallas in his announcement that he
right, like
wanted to
he
get
wasn't even
traded.
like, maybe we can work something out. Like he was like,
Yeah.
bye.
Now, I will say, like, we have seen, like, Miles Garrett also fully asked for a trade
Yes.
from the Browns, and then they make it work. And I do think there is a chance that that happens with the Cowboys and Micah still here. But even if that does, I think that salary is going to be
He'll be the highest
huge.
player.
Like it,
He will
yeah,
probably be the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history, if not the
yeah, that
highest.
contract is going to be insane. And I don't know how the Cowboys would handle it, but I do think this the Micah Cowboy situation does feel more personal and like deep
Yes.
rooted in anger than most of these contract disputes do. Like this and the Terry McLaurin Commanders thing feel totally different to me. Like they're in
No,
two
I
separate
completely
tiers.
agree. Terry McLaurin, like that is like a trade request where I'm like, he's on a successful team. He's never had any, at least as far as I know, public animosity towards the Commanders. So
Mhm.
it's a leverage play
Yeah,
where
yeah, yeah.
where you're right. Micah Parsons feels like there's animosity behind it.
Yeah.
Which is bad too because the rest of the locker room is picking up on it. CeeDee Lamb tweeted right after it, and he
You
was,
see him get decked yesterday on the sideline.
I did, I did.
Gets run over. What did he tweet? I didn't see that though.
I think he was. I mean, unless I got like faked out, I'll
Yeah,
check it right now.
you
Um,
got Sentel for NFL.
I know. Let's see. He tweets a lot actually.
Yeah, those wide receivers love to yap.
They do. Um, yeah, he said, never fails, dog. Just pay the man what you owe him. No need for the extracurricular. Um,
Mm,
and you never like to make both of your star players upset. Uh,
yeah, like
on
your two best players by far.
on both sides of the ball at that.
Yeah,
Um, Jerry Jones, Jerry Jones gonna Jerry Jones, but I also think Micah Parsons, Micah Parsons has a point where like the Cowboys don't pay people. The
they
Cowboys,
wait until the last minute on everybody, and it's so incredibly stupid because then they're behind the market on
right?
everybody.
Exactly. It's why I always say like it is so much better to just bite the bullet early, pay the man what you
Yeah,
owe him, because you now set the market. Like
yeah,
we're-
It's way better to set the market on a player that then turns out to maybe only be 80% of what you thought he was going to be, than wait until the market is skyrocketing. Even if at that point you know he's 100%, maybe you're not entirely sure, but like that's what the Eagles do all the time. Is
yeah.
they'll just as soon as they know a guy's good, all right, here's the contract. And Devontae Smith, who I think is a borderline top 10 receiver talent in
Mhm.
the NFL, I probably wouldn't say he's
He's a
bona fide top
20
10.
top 20 receiver, top 10 talent. I don't think is a horrible take. No.
Yeah, he's making like $24 million a year.
Yeah.
22. Like I don't know the exact number, but it's so manageable.
But
I think
that's
I
because
saw a
I
thing
mean
that
they've been successful. The Eagles have been successful year after year because of Howie Roseman's ability to manage the money.
yeah, he's
But
so good.
and a lot of that comes from drafting well,
Yeah.
and being able to rotate in new talent.
The Cowboys can draft like pretty decently, I think, for the most part.
Right.
They just when they hit, they manage that extension so poorly every time.
I think in the words of box score great Matt Doherty, it's time to take Jerry Jones to
Take him out back.
no, I don't know if I would say take him out back, but take him away from
Put him
the
in a home.
yeah.
Yeah.
Matt Doherty
Yeah.
said put him in a home. I'll just say let's lure him. I'll use my media training and say let's lure Jerry Jones away from the facilities because it
Aw, look, he's so media trained. Matt Doherty could never.
no, but you know what? He's excellent at what he does, and we want to do separate things.
Yeah.
I what I want to do requires extensive media training, um, and what he does obviously does not, but it's okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the Jerry Jones era has to end.
I
He's
agree.
single-handedly holding the Cowboys team back.
Yeah, I agree. And I talked to our good mutual friend, Allie Evans, about
Yeah, yeah,
this
yeah.
all the time. She is number one Jerry
She's
Jones
a
hater,
ride
bro.
or die hater of Jerry Jones.
Yeah. She wants him gone so quick, and that's all she talks about anytime we talk about the Cowboys. Cause
Yeah.
I and she's so rare for me because I actually hate the Cowboys with like every fiber of my being for the
Oh,
most part as an Eagles fan. But I love Allie, and she approaches Cowboys fandom in a way that is so unique and like good.
it's very
Like it's coming
self-deprecating.
from the right place. Like it's I love
It
it.
you can't be a Cowboys fan, like a rational Cowboys fan, and not be a little self-deprecating. Um,
Yeah.
like you have to lean into the fact that like you're America's team. Like, no, you're America's most hated team. Like everyone hates you
Yeah.
and the Patriots. Like those are the two. Like you guys
Yeah.
universally disliked, and that's
You
okay.
seen the clip of the weather guy on the news who's like Temperatures this week looking a lot like those Dallas Cowboys, peaking in the 90s. It's like an all-time clip. I think I have it
I was
saved
waiting.
3 separate times.
I was waiting for you to say the one where the graphic messed up and it was like 1,000 degrees and he was like, "Everyone here is dead."
It's dead. Yeah. That
And
one's
I was
good
like,
too.
that would also fit the Cowboys perfectly. Everyone here is dead. By the way, in the broader spectrum, because I think the Micah Parsons conversation is important, but that that division's gonna be bad. Like the bad in that division will be bad.
Yeah, the Cowboys and Giants, I think, are both going to have really bad seasons.
I think the Giants will be very hit or miss though. Like I don't think the Giants I think the Giants are a 6-win team, a 5-win team,
I
but
agree.
there is a world where they play much better. They added a lot of talent in free agency. I thought they
Their
drafted
defensive line is disgusting.
it's
Like, it
it is
actually is really,
just
really good. Yeah.
it's like dude, Abdul Carter. I've been paying attention to Giants camp because shout out to Jets beat reporter Connor Hughes. But he does work for the Giants as well. Um he he's literally been saying that Abdul Carter looks like an all pro already.
Well,
And
yeah, I'm a Penn State fan. I watched him. Like, he's
like
the real deal. He's
he's an
good.
animal. I mean, it's
Yeah.
he he is generational. Like I hate being like he's generational before he's even played a snap, but he is. I mean, he's so good. I
Yeah,
can't
he's really
believe
good.
like the Giants defense, like Dexter Lawrence, Abdul Carter is so nasty.
Dexter Lawrence, one of the most underrated players in the league, to
Dude,
casual fans
he's
still.
probably the best defensive tackle in all of football.
You still got to go Chris Jones, I think probably. But Chris
And
Jones plays on the edge too,
Chris Jones
depending
moves
on where they
around
need him.
more, and Chris
Yeah.
Jones doesn't play as much as
He
Dexter.
doesn't play as much, but when he's out there,
I mean,
I think Chris Jones is the
that's
best.
that,
But
but yeah,
outside of that, I
the
think it's
overall
Dexter
sentiment,
Lawrence.
yeah.
Yeah,
And Brian Burns,
till Jalen Carter gets a couple more years under his belt,
Jalen
then he's
Carter
gonna be the best.
also nasty. Defensive lines in the NFC East are very good, but like Micah Parsons, I think leaving potential. I think he does get traded. I think it ends in a trade. Um,
I'm still pretty 50-50 on it, but we are getting down there to like, yeah, it could happen. But who trades for him and what does that look like?
it would have first of all, it would be. I saw Schefter make the analysis that in the comparison that it would end up looking similar to the Bears trade a couple of years ago for Khalil,
Khalil Mack? Yeah.
except it would have to be crazier. Like it would have to be crazier than the Khalil Mack trade. Like that is like it's for sure a first rounder.
hmm
Like and like you never hear like see first rounders just like thrown around. But like that's a first
Only in the
round.
NBA. In the NBA, they'd be tossing around those first rounders like it's nothing.
They're so much less valuable.
Yeah.
But like yeah, like a first the Nets had like five of them in this last draft. And then all the other GMs were making fun of us because of the picks we made. That's how not valuable a first round pick is. The best player in the NBA is a second round draft pick, Nikola Jokic, you know?
Yeah.
It's 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 just different. Where like the NFL, a first round draft pick I think is has gained so much value in recent years especially. But it's at the minimum a first rounder, could even be two.
I
Um,
think it's for Micah Parsons, I think it's probably two.
um,
Unless you're sending back like a
well, that's
pretty
the
good
thing is
caliber player with it.
who who is willing. First of all, who has the capital?
Yeah,
Um,
because you got to sign him then too
right,
afterwards.
like you got to sign him, you got to give up a ton for him, or is everyone just thinking we'll wait it out and when he hits the market, we'll go after him, just banking on the
Maybe.
doesn't re-up.
I I think it and this organization would never do it because it's just not who they are. But I think the Packers should go get him.
Yeah, it's absolutely a non Green Bay type of move, but I agree. I think he fits in.
Pass rush is like one of their weaker things that they have going for it. Like it's one of their weaknesses. It was last year. And they don't really do anything crazy, so they would have the potential to make this move if they wanted to. Like they're not sending draft picks everywhere. They're not like nobody on their team is crazy highly paid. Jordan Love is, but that
I mean,
all the quarterback all the quarterback contracts are structured in a way where it's like it's fine for the
right.
most.
And right, unless you got a quarterback on a rookie deal, like they're getting paid a lot. Unless your QB is bad. But um yeah, I agree. I think another spot that you could see him go um is the Rams and pairing him with
That would be insane.
pair
Jared Verse and
Nick
Micah Parsons,
Nurse.
everybody would quit.
Dude.
Did you see Aaron Donald said that he would consider coming out of retirement too if that happened?
Yeah. Which is
Like
kind
they
of
just
why I'm
kill
bringing it up.
everybody.
Dude, I first of all, I think Aaron Donald could play right now.
hundred
I
percent.
think he could. I think he could play and be a contributor. Um, I think
I think he would be a top 10 defensive tackle in the league after like 3 weeks of being back on the field.
I agree, but I think like it's a very Rams thing to do. You know, Rams gave up a ton of draft capital to go after Matthew Stafford. Won the Super
Yeah,
Bowl. You know, I think they're nearing the end of the Stafford era. If someone's willing to give up, I mean, there were rumors at the end of last year that you could get a fourth or a fifth for him. I think the rumors were saying you can get as high as a third. You get some capital for Stafford, spend it on a new QB, go after a guy like Micah Parsons.
I
You're setting
that's
the
the
edge
one
with
thing.
Jared Verse and Micah Parsons. That's it. You are set for 10 years now of the best D lineman in the entire NFL.
Yeah, the only thing with the Rams is because their quarterback situation long term is in such limbo right now. Like, I don't know if they give up 2 first round picks for Micah and then are having to figure out the post Stafford QB. Like, I don't know how that would work, and I also think they did start to feel that lack of picks become more of a challenge the last couple of years,
Yeah.
and they were
Yeah.
able to sort of pivot to like hitting on some like young but raw defensive guys in later rounds that are going
And
to
not
work
just
out.
defensive guys, offensive guys too. I mean, like Puka Nakua was never supposed to be a
He's so
top.
good.
Dude, Puka's great, but he wasn't
Yeah.
supposed to be this like monster that he's
Mhm.
turned into. Um or like Kyron Williams. Kyron Williams has turned out to be like awesome. That whole that Rams team is like it's so fun. They've got like a really
If
fun team. And they've got
yeah,
Devontae Adams now.
yeah, if Stafford's healthy, which we don't actually know if he will be right now because he's got like a back issue or something.
Right.
But
Getting up there. He's going through like the Tiger Woods phase now of
yeah.
the perpetual back issues of a professional athlete.
Yeah, but when he's out there, like I think the Rams are probably the team as an Eagles fan I'd be the most scared of in
How
the
do you
NFC.
compete? Oh, in the NFC. I mean, yeah, they will
I
be.
think the Rams scare me more than the Lions. They scare me more than the Commanders. The other team that really scares me is the Bucks, just because they're really good and they always beat us. Like for whatever reason, the Buccaneers have the Eagles number.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean Baker. I'm so glad to see Baker playing well, which I guess goes
Dude,
back
I
to
was looking at his stats. If he cuts down on the interceptions, last year he had 40 touchdowns and 4,500 yards
he was great.
while completing 71% of his passes.
Yeah, he was great. I think Baker is the ideal model, by the way, I think for Shedeur right now is
Mm,
like, I can escape I can get out of Cleveland. Like I can do it. He did
yeah.
it too. And you know what? Baker it's funny that we're going to link all this together before we move on, but I think Baker saved his career off of one drive with the Rams,
With the Rams. Yeah.
which
I
was
watched him talk about that on the Kelsey podcast.
oh
He
yeah.
went on there and was talking about like because he literally showed up like 2 days before that
Yeah,
game.
he like didn't. It's a miracle he even had like any plays.
Yeah, and he was like, yeah, and Sean McVay is just talking faster than anybody I've ever seen in my life. Like it's the most intimidating thing ever, and I'm just doing straight like grade school memorization of all of these insane play calls for 24 hours.
Dude, Sean McVay is such a fun personality.
Yeah,
That's
and
like
the
that's like a great that's like a coach I'd want to play for.
yeah, he's intense, but in like a fun way. Uh,
Right.
which I like. And the other thing Baker said is they made him like one of the wristbands with the plays on it,
Yeah.
and they put like 100. They fit so many plays into that wristband. Sean McVay didn't call a single one that was on that the
That's
whole game.
awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Which is so
he was
typical,
like,
by the way.
yeah,
But it was I mean, for any of you who have not seen that Miracle Drive, I implore you to go watch it
yeah.
because
Go watch the Baker Rams game-winning drive.
it was one of the more underrated moments I think of the past decade
Yeah,
in NFL football, which I think is I, it was the kickstart. It was the catalyst for the resurgence in Baker Mayfield's career. And now look at him. He's playing great. Which
he's playing
I'm
so
happy for
well.
him. I'm happy that that Baker
Me
is
too. It's a great story.
it
It's a
is.
great NFL story.
Baker, there's a couple guys that I really hope like this season especially like really find their footing. Obviously Justin Fields. I mean, I it'd be amazing to see
Oh,
Justin.
really? The Jets fan wants his starting quarterback for the season to find his footing?
Yeah, I'm gonna bring up more examples, but I think everyone would be happy to see Justin Fields find his footing.
Yeah.
He's a guy who has been a little hard done by, at least getting drafted. He never had the team around him. Started with Pittsburgh last season and got benched after he played, I thought, pretty well. It'd be nice to see him play well. He's got the best offensive line of his career by far this season.
Yeah.
He will probably have the best weapon in his career in Garrett Wilson. Um,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously in that receiving core, there's not a lot else other than Garrett Wilson.
Hey, he's got Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, no, true. And Mason Taylor, the second round tight end out of Miami, who I think is going to be an instant contributor, and Arian Smith, who has been playing well in camp, so I'm excited. But him, I hope Anthony Richardson pieces it together. Um,
I don't know about that one. I thought he was going to be really good after his rookie year,
I
but
did too. I did too.
I don't know if he can stay healthy enough to develop at this
That
point.
has been his problem so far is his inability
Yeah.
to be healthy. But when you're in a QB battle against Daniel Jones, like I
You've got some chances to start
right,
against Daniel Jones. It's
right.
not the worst case
Well,
scenario for you.
first of all, if he loses the starting job to Daniel Jones, it's over.
Yeah, and I think he might. Especially, do we have up? Is he okay after getting drilled in that preseason game?
No, dude, he got rocked.
He's like
Dude, he's
three blitzer
old.
just came off the edge. It's his first chance back from the injury to make an impact. And the first play, he's just staring down his first read
Dude,
and gets rocked from the blind side.
like he's the only quarterback that like seeks contact.
Yeah.
He's like the DK Metcalf of quarterbacks. Like he just
Yeah.
he attracts. He's like a magnet for defenders. Maybe he'll take a playoff. He'll take a playoff.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah, I hope he does well. I want to see Bryce Young continue to improve and succeed. I love Bryce. I can't lie. He's like one of my guys.
I
Maybe
really
it's
like
because
Bryce Young.
I'm
Stroud
a
can put it back
smaller.
together.
Yeah.
And those are like the both of them will be linked to their entire careers. And I hope that like you were saying, like Bryce Young is like I love Bryce Young is the best. Like he's just like he's fun to watch. He's like 5'8".
Yeah, and maybe it's because I'm a small, like shorter guy, but
Yeah,
I love Bryce Young, and I actually think he played really well towards the end of last
he
season.
did. He played great. By the way, and don't hold me to this for hot take back. at the end of this season. My final hot
Oh,
take.
I'm recording this too, so I'm
But
holding you to it.
the I think the Panthers have a sneaky chance to be a pretty decent team this year.
I don't hate it. I don't think the defense is going to be improved enough for them to like make the playoffs. Bro, they were 32nd in defense
I'm
last year.
not
What did
saying
they
I
do?
don't
What
think
did they do to
I'm
improve
not saying the
it?
Panthers are a playoff team, but I do think that they are in a historically weak division, other than the Bucks.
Mhm.
Obviously division games against each other are more feisty, you know. A Bucks Panthers game is not going to end up being a blowout. Um,
Right.
I think the Panthers have a chance to make a significant improvement this year where they could be fighting for a playoff spot.
Yeah, I don't hate that take. I think it could end up as like a hot take back
Yeah, I
scenario.
know they're the they go one in
They go 1-16. No, I don't think they'll do that. Especially like I think Tet McMillan's gonna be pretty good. I think him and Bryce. I think Bryce is gonna love that connection. Um,
it's a big addition for him.
I believe in their coaching to a degree from
I
what
do
I've seen
too.
so far. Like I think Dave Canales is he just screams professional to me. Like
Yes.
he just screams like he's like a coach. You know, like he just is a head coach in the
Yeah.
NFL.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
The
so I
the uh the anti uh the anti Dan Campbell.
yes, but Dan Campbell's great in his own way.
No,
But
exactly. No, Dan
it's
Campbell is
totally
amazing.
different.
But
Yeah.
Dan Campbell does not scream professional.
No, not at all.
Dan Campbell screams like rowdy at like a rock concert.
Yeah.
Like bring
He's
back
he's
beer.
getting down to the at the Foo Fighters concert, bro. Like
Yeah.
he
Dan
he's
Campbell
going
loves Foo
crazy.
Fighters.
Yeah.
Dan Campbell, big U2 guy.
Oh, I hope not. I hope not after recent events. Let's
Y-
be honest, the worst atrocity committed that night was being at a U2 concert in the first place.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Or it was Coldplay, wasn't it? The CEO and
Yeah, that's Coldplay.
oh
Dog,
my bad.
you can't talk down.
I'm dogging on U2 for no reason.
Dude,
That's my
what
fault.
did Bono do to you?
Uh wrote the Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark musical that was like awful and bombed on Broadway.
Knowledge I didn't have before.
Yeah, Bono wrote a Spider-Man musical that premiered on Broadway.
Dude, you're crazy. What?
I'm not look it up.
Are you lying?
No, I'm not lying. It's called Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark, and Reeve Carney from Hadestown
Dude, this is
was in it
crazy
was
musical
playing
theater
Spider-Man.
lore. Oh my God. Oh my God, you're right. Oh my God.
Yeah,
And a book. And they wrote a book too.
yeah.
Wait, what?
Okay, that's my bad for mixing U2 and Coldplay up, but I feel like I redeemed myself with the Bono Spider-Man musical lore.
Wait, that's crazy.
Anyways, apologies to U2 fans. I love With or Without You too. That's a great
This
song.
is crazy. Oh my, in a scathing review of the first version, the New York Times critic Ben Brantley said that Spider-Man may rank among the worst Broadway musicals.
Yeah, it was like awful.
In his review of the revised version, Brantley wrote, "So this is the ascent from jaw-dropping badness to mere mediocrity, a step upward." That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
that's great. All right, well, for all the musical theater heads out there, don't don't miss. That's gonna be a new segment, like Everest.
The crazy thing is the box score could do musical theater segments with the personnel that we have. It's crazy that the sports show on campus could be locked in for a musical theater segment.
Dude, we go to Emerson. That makes complete sense.
Well, yeah, at Emerson, but I'm saying if you remove the Emerson context,
Yeah,
like
if you get okay, if you remove context from anything, you can change it. If my grandmother had wheels, she'd be a bike.
that's one
But
of the
she
great
doesn't,
box
so
score
she's
lines.
not.
No, but
You
like
know?
if you
It's
if you
crazy
said that
that our
about
personnel knows musical theater. Yeah, we go to the liberal arts school.
we do go to the liberal arts. I'm
Like it's
saying like it's indicative of Emer. I'm saying like you couldn't say that about if First Take was gonna do a musical
yeah,
theater segment.
obviously. And that's not
You
even true, dude. Stephen A talks about Fortnite. Like you think that he couldn't bust out like a Hades Town take? Like
I'd love
Stephen
to
A
see it.
definitely has opinions on
Stephen A, if you're listening, I'd love to see it.
Stephen A has opinions on Back to the Future.
Why Natasha Pierre and the Great Comet of 1812 is a top 10 misunderstood musical of all time. The Stephen A. Smith take.
Stephen A weighs in on the Patty LaPone drama.
That does
Um,
sound like something he'd do.
yeah. And speaking of ESPN, we were talking about
Hmm.
ESPN talent.
We're so good at the segues today. We're just dialed.
We're gonna get sponsors and we're gonna segue right into sponsorships. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Um, Speaking of ESPN, ESPN bought NFL Network and NFL RedZone, the ever
Hmm.
popular 7 hours of commercial free football that at the end of
Hmm.
last season was not commercial free.
Yeah, it was weird.
It was really odd, but it was I mean it's a huge deal. Um
Hmm.
and Disney gives up so 10% of all of ESPN revenue goes to the NFL. They own 10% of ESPN. Um, so obviously multiple layers to it. The first being obviously like the more popular thing is that oh my God, NFL Red Zone is going to be on ESPN. People are scared. They don't want Stephen A on it. They they want NFL Red Zone to be
Kendrick Perkins doing NFL Red Zone.
literally we got to have the conversation. Patrick Mahomes is the best. And I
Yep.
don't think that that's a hot take, Stephen A. You tell me. No, I think people want NFL Red Zone to be NFL Red Zone, and they are reasonably worried about the creative control that ESPN will take. Um,
Hmm.
but I think the more important aspect of this entire thing is that the NFL now owns part of ESPN.
Right. That's what I was talking about too, is like how is ESPN going to do like reporting and like punditry and all of the stuff that they do on something that owns 10% of them?
Right. It is
Like where's the
absolute
ethical
conflict of interest.
objectivity in that? Like the journalistic stuff is a question mark in my mind.
Yes, especially like when we say that, I don't think I want people to understand that we're not talking about like, oh, like how are they going to cover like the best players? How are they going to talk about the score? Like, no, how are they going to cover things like concussions? How are they
Hmm.
going to cover things like sexual assault or sexual harassment?
Hmm.
How are they going to cover people like Jerry Jones or Roger Goodell? Like how is this media entity going to be able to act independently? I know Bob Iger, the CEO of Disney, who owns ESPN, came out and said that the journalistic integrity of ESPN is going to remain, but that's like obviously he's going to say that.
Yeah.
He's going to say the in this deal we are compromising our journalistic integrity. Like I think there are fair questions to be asked here.
Yeah. I think so too. It actually is unfortunate that this makes it maybe not as big of a deal. I think is like the mainstream ESPN stuff doesn't really cover all of that or do a good enough job of
Yeah,
covering that stuff anyways.
yeah,
Um, but I do wonder like the control they will have, particularly as you go down the line of ESPN and some of their like deeper writers who maybe are going out and focusing on more specific topics. Like, will we get a situation where that is being silenced and it's not coming from ESPN, it's coming from NFL? And they're like, this beat reporter just did a story about this player who did something he shouldn't have. Let's sweep that under the rug. Um, I think there are real concerns about that. The other thing that I will say people are concerned about the red zone stuff. I did like the quote about potentially doing red zone for other sports that I think Goodell talked about. Like that ESPN could make a college football red zone or like they have the license to just that name and that style of media. I think that could be cool.
I think I think when people think about NFL Red Zone too, they immediately associate it with like Scott Hansen and like this unbelievable, like unmatched whip around coverage, and there's no ads, and it's like, oh, I pay for NFL Red Zone, so I want no ads. And now
Hmm.
that's I feel like that's the dominating discourse online right now is like, I want no ads, like, and then when Scott Hansen
Because
came out and
everything's got ads.
he's got ads.
Everything.
And then
Yeah.
Scott Hansen came out and made his statement, and everyone was like, "You didn't say that there's gonna be no ads. You didn't say it." And he's like, "I don't know. Like, personally, I recognize that in contemporary society, there's gonna be a commercial or two. Like, I'm not. If you're giving me the whip around coverage, like, yeah, it sucks. You watched the commercial. But I think the ads that they did on Red Zone at the end of last season, they weren't even like ads. Like they did like the split screen ads that they'll do during games now.
Oh,
Like they'll
yeah.
play the ad during a timeout, but they'll have like the cam of the field still going. It
Hmm.
was like that. I think I think people are concerned about the wrong things. They need to direct their anger in different directions.
I agree. I would understand, like, I think the fear for some people that I get with it is that it will snowball and they will keep pulling more and more rope
Mm.
until like we are watching a significant amount of legitimate ads that are annoying.
With Kendrick
Um,
Perkins,
yeah, with Kendrick Perkins. So I get that fear, but I do think the getting just so upset about minimal ads in today's society, like media society, is kind of come on,
dude, you have a like you watch like three ads before a YouTube video anyway. Like give me a break. I
right?
think I think I'm also interested. It's like how are they gonna? Does it start? I mean, obviously, I mean, it starts this season, yeah.
I
Um,
think so. Yeah,
is it going to be integrated into ESPN Plus? Is it going to be its own ESPN channel now? Like,
right.
I don't think any. How is this going to affect Stream East?
Hey, Stream East is gonna. I feel like Stream East will be fine no matter what, dude. I feel like they are death taxes and Stream East.
Stream East, and it was crack streams until they went dark.
No, I don't even remember crack streams.
Crack streams slash meth streams. And for the YouTube moderators watching this, no, we are not talking about drugs. We are talking about illegal streaming websites and their inevitability.
Yeah. Um. But yeah, I'm curious what it'll look like. I imagine we'll get that information pretty soon. I personally, like, my hot take is I've just never been a big like red zone guy in general. Like I am one of those like truthers of just sitting down with one game
Watching a
on and
game.
watching it. Like just watching the game and then maybe I'll switch in between if there's two on at
Mhm.
the same time or like uh, but I get the red zone appeal. I also think I had this thought the other day. Scott Hansen is obviously incredible at what he does. Would our buddy Evan Sherrard not be like the
Yeah,
best
he'd be awesome.
NFL red zone person of all time?
Dude, he'd be great. Yeah, he's got the personality for it for sure. And
Yeah,
he
and he's just
has
like a D1 filibusterer. Like he'll just talk forever.
he got that Cory Booker 24-hour filibuster ability.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, he's awesome. But I just had that. I was like, if Scott Hansen wasn't doing this, Evan
I
Sherrard
know.
would be
Pitch
incredible.
Evan Sherrard. Evan Sherrard for Red Zone. For
Yeah.
ESPN Red Zone. Ooh, weird. ESPN Red Zone.
Yeah, it feels strange. It does feel strange.
But I think, like you said though, I liked what Roger Goodell, and it's a rarity, but I liked what Roger Goodell said about like the ability for ESPN to do college football red zone, uh
Like we kind of saw an
red
Olympics
zone.
red zone style with the last Olympics. They were trying to do
I
like gold zone or whatever.
Gold Zone, by the way, was great. I last summer it was a lifesaver because the thing is like maybe it's not a lifesaver. Like maybe in 2028 it won't be needed for me to watch Gold Zone because it's only 3 hours behind. But
Right.
because the Olympics were in France, um, and like you can't turn on the news in the morning because like they spoil a bunch of events.
Yep.
Gold Zone was great. I would turn it on in the morning, and it was doing whip around coverage of all these different events, and it wasn't as fast paced as Red Zone is because like when it's Red Zone, it's like touchdown, switch, another team in the red zone, turnover, switch to another team who just had a kickoff return touchdown. Where like Gold
Hmm.
Zone, it was like it was always watching like who was like in a medal match. And sometimes it was like longer drawn out and they would like go and show like they would show like swimming and then they would like go back to like fencing and then they go back to the same swimming just with like a different heat. It was
Yeah.
it I personally really liked it. I think the concept of red zone is brilliant. It's just the execution and I think no one does it better, even better than Red Zone than March Madness. March Madness Live, um, on your phone or on your computer. Every March is unbelievable because they give you, first of all, like I think 3 hours of you don't have to be logged into a TV provider. 3 hours
Yeah.
free of
Which is amazing because all my like I'll get friends who aren't even into basketball at all, don't have TV providers. We'll get the app, we'll do brackets together, and then they can actually watch and get invested
yes.
with their teams.
It's
Like I had Hannah Miller like locked in to March Madness 2 years ago. Like we were sitting in the BPL and she was like, "No, my team that I picked isn't gonna win." She was watching the game, white knuckling it. Yeah,
we don't have to talk about the way that our bracket challenge finished this year, but because it was not favorable to me
yeah,
at least. But I think like March Madness Live like nails it, especially like yeah, 64 first round game or 32 first round games. Like it, it's a lot to deal with, and I think
hmm
they nail it. Which is like giving you the ability to watch all of them at the same time, but like mute one of them and put the other one on. The other people who do that is F1 TV. I know you wanted to talk about F1 a little bit. Here's your F1 nod.
Yes.
F1
I just
F1
recently started getting into F1, so I'm like, this is because every you and Cam and like everybody on the box score always be gassing it up. So my mom and I have been watching the last couple of races.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
F1 TV and like the Sky Sports app, they do it perfectly, which is like you can watch multiple onboards at the same time. So like you could have like the main view of the race up, and then you could also have like the live onboard of Lewis Hamilton, and then you could
Ooh,
also have like specific corners. Like you could have like turn three, and the turn three cam is up.
that's pretty
Um
cool.
yeah, it's really interesting. And like you get to see like more of the like in-depth stuff. You get unfiltered radio. So like when they curse, you get to hear them curse and you can look up like
Yes.
you can listen to like all of the radio messages like in time by the way, because obviously like when you watch the broadcast, when you hear the radio messages, they're not in live time. You're not getting the radio messages directly from the driver like they're speaking to the audience. Like there's a
Hmm.
couple-minute buffer, or at least a few tens of seconds buffer between when you hear it. You get to hear some live radio if you tune into onboard. So I think the concept itself is great. I think the problem, and that's not a question, the problem with any of this, and specifically with the way that the ESPN Red Zone deal is going down, is that I think the ESPN in the modern day does not have this positive reputation that it used to have. Like the early 2010s ESPN Sports Center era is gone.
Hmm.
Like, it is there is a distaste, I think, for ESPN at this point, which is sad, but there are some understandable and some non-understandable reasons behind it. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
sit here and say that I think ESPN has gone woke, and that's why ESPN sucks because it
right, of
go woke,
course.
go
That's
broke.
got to be it. That's got to be it. That's the only
It's
reason they're failing. Yeah.
but I think that unfortunately there is examples of this like ESPN overreach into different sectors, like giving Stephen A more leverage in areas that he may necessarily not have the most ball knowledge in, or like this like constant need to feel like they're being like hip or cool. Where it's like, listen, guys, you can just be ESPN. Like,
Hmm.
you can do your thing. And I think people are worried about that, and I understand why. But I think hopefully it'll be separated well enough uh where like now that ESPN has Inside the NBA, and like NBA, like they have like Shaq and Kenny and Chuck and Ernie, that it'll be able to like they'll be able to separate it. Like they'll have like the red zone guys and like the NFL guys, and they'll have the NBA guys, and they'll kind of just stick and do their own things.
Hmm.
But
Yeah,
I don't
I hope so. I don't. ESPN's weird. I still think they have good bones if they like build them up correctly there. And I do think a lot of like obviously the ESPN gone woke stuff is nonsense. But I do think it's clear that something they've been doing or the general direction they've been going has not resonated with a majority of sports audiences
right.
more recently.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, it feels a little, it's almost like if like for the movie heads out there, like shout out Emerson College, also, it'd be like if A24 like teamed up with Disney or something,
Right. Right.
where it's like this indie thing that people like love and is really cool goes to something with more resources that could prop it up in a really cool way, but people are worried because it's that big
Yeah.
mainstream brand and they're not the most
I mean,
favorable right now.
it's kind of that analogy falls because I think like obviously like NFL RedZone was owned by the NFL. So
Sure.
you can't I don't know.
But it didn't feel like it. It felt, I think, to
Right.
watchers that it was this cool like separate
It was like a
thing.
community.
Yes. Yeah, yeah.
Right. I get what you're saying. And I agree. I think at the end of the day there is a pessimistic view of the way that this is going to turn out. I think it will probably end up just being NFL Red Zone, that and it airs on ESPN. And then maybe every once in a while you get like a Adam Schefter cameo. Or
Hmm.
you get a Ryan Clark cameo, but what are they gonna do? Like they're gonna kill. You're gonna stop watching Red Zone because Ryan Clark went on screen. Like, grow up. That
Yeah.
can I? That is like the more grow up a little. Like, are you like you have no capital? Like, why are you so like? Do not be concerned by like this huge merger happening. Like, it doesn't change anything for you. Like, you're going to watch regardless. I know you're going
Yeah.
to watch because you don't watch anything else. So, like,
Yeah.
what are you gonna do?
I agree 100%.
Not
I am curious about the journalistic integrity aspect of it going forward, but we'll just have to see. I can't say like maybe nothing will change. Maybe it'll be totally fine. Um I don't
maybe
know.
it'll be a new golden age for the
Oh,
NFL.
I hope so. I mean, that'd be great.
I know. It does seem very quickly like ESPN is becoming this major sports conglomerate now, though. I mean, not that they weren't already, but like now they own the two biggest shows in their respective fields, inside the NBA, or NBA on TNT was the most popular show in all of basketball, all of professional basketball, and now they own NFL RedZone and NFL Network, obviously the most popular show in all of football, and they have all the college football rights. The only thing they really don't have now is they don't have NBA Finals.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm excited for NBC to get the NBA back. I actually think, particularly because of what we've seen with their Olympics coverage, I think NBC in general is more consistent with their sports coverage and
And it's
making it high
classic. It
quality.
used to be on NBC like early
Yeah.
2000s, like Kobe era of like
Hmm.
yeah. I maybe we'll finally get the logo back on the court.
When they tried to like digitally add the little trophies in and it looked awful.
I mean, I hate the digital. The NBA does that with all the ads. The on-court ads, they digitally add them in. It just
Hmm.
sucks. Just put it on the court. Make it
Yeah.
not slippy for the players. Like, I don't care. Figure it out. Give me
Hmm.
and make the scoreboard fun. Make it feel like the NBA Finals again.
Yeah.
Bring back the NBA
Yeah.
Finals. Make the NBA Finals fun again.
I mean, they were pretty fun this past year until Hallie got hurt.
They were fun, but
But it was through no, like the NBA itself wasn't doing a whole lot of lifting in
no,
that
no,
era. It
no.
was the teams. It was those two teams going at it. That was
Yeah,
fun.
yeah, yeah. Well, I think on that note, we're gonna close things out for the second edition of Outside the Box Score. Everest, where can they find you?
Where
Where
can
can
they
they find
find
you?
me?
Where can they find you?
I
Socials.
don't know if I want people to find me. No, I'm kidding. I'm on Instagram, Everest.Leach. I'm on X or Twitter. I think it's the same thing. Maybe it's Everest underscore Leach. And I started my own podcast recently this summer as well. It's called The Mountaintop with Everest Leach, because my name's Everest and it's a mountain. I'm so clever. I'm so clever, Noah. Um,
Yeah.
okay. They're done talking to me now. But it's a lot of sports talk, movie talk, kind of mixing my passions over there and trying to talk sports in a more like unique, less like mainstream way. And I know that's a big thing everybody wants to say, but I do think there are a lot of issues in mainstream sports media and debate that I try not to fall into over there.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's it for me.
Awesome. You want to shout out that 70-yard kick real quick?
Oh yeah, we didn't get to talk about it. Cam Little. Shout out Cam Little. That kick was not little. That kick was big.
Yeah.
That kick was big time.
Yeah.
Um,
Campbell, 70-yard field goal. Will not go down in the record books, unfortunately, because it was a preseason game, which is
but I feel like kicking field goals is the one thing that seems pretty translatable to the regular season from
like,
preseason to me.
yeah, I guess.
Like I think it can happen
It
in the
depends. It
regular season.
depends. The argument being made is like the stakes are not there, the crowd is not
The
there.
pressure is, but the crowd thing is like they play 8 or 9 home games. Like the crowd can shut up. And yes, you're gonna get less chances. Um, but if you're at home and the Jaguars like playing Jacksonville, where maybe you get rain or something, but they're gonna have a lot of clear days, hopefully.
Yeah.
And with the amount of domes too, I feel like we're gonna see it.
Yeah.
Especially because he's a rookie, so it's not like this is a one-off from somebody who's been
Yeah, dude,
playing for a long
honestly,
time now.
I hope Duval lets him do it again.
Oh, I feel like they will. Because the thing is, if he can prove he can do it consistently, you know how big of an advantage it is to just pull up from the 50-yard line and get 3 points?
Past the 50.
Yeah, like it's crazy.
Yeah, take it from anywhere on the field.
Shout out Cam Little.
Shout
That
out
was awesome.
shout out to
I
the
loved the call was super genuine too from the announcers. He was like, "Holy smokes!" Like that was
Holy
crazy.
Toledo.
Yeah,
My
that was
buddy
awesome.
Harry Enton of CNN. Holy Toledo, it's a 70-yard field goal. Yeah, it was pretty cool. It was maybe one day we'll get like an end zone to end zone kick, like when we're elderly. We're gonna be like be like 100-yard kick. Like, oh my
Yeah,
God.
dude, the robots are kicking with their mechanic legs. They're just
AI field goals.
God, I hope not.
No, me neither.
Um,
All right, but that's gonna be it for us. That is Everest Leach. Find him at the socials he already plugged and his podcast, The Mountaintop. I am Noah Berkowitz. You can find me on Instagram at Noah.Berkowitz. That's Berkowitz. Follow the box score at EIV box score on Instagram. Get ready because
that's the most important plug right
it's the
there. Is
most
follow the box
important
score.
one. In-person season coming back soon. It is going to be incredible. It is the 10-year anniversary, as you all know. And if you didn't know, if you're a new viewer, welcome. Enjoy the ride. This is like the scaled back fun version of what we do in studio, which is us in suits talking about sports and still having.
Or me in a sweater one episode, and then Noah gets really mad about it,
I
and
didn't get
it's a
mad.
whole
I
thing.
didn't get mad. I didn't get
He didn't
mad.
get mad.
I
He
didn't
didn't
get
get
mad.
mad.
It wasn't mad. It was more of a like, all right, come on.
Hey, I've got a new suit for this season though, so
Oh, big
we'll be
man.
pulling
Tell me
up.
what the change is. Well,
Yeah.
they'll have to wait and tune in to episode 1 to see. That's all we have for you. This is the Outside the Box Score podcast. Thank you for tuning in. See you in 2 weeks. Bye, everybody.
Yeah.